thanks for checking out my video. It's not a big hint to my family and friends, I'm not a fan of meatloaf. There is something about the texture of traditional meatloaf that I don't like. I think it is the chunks of onions or bell peppers or other gras that they throw in there and mush together. There's just something about it I'm not a big fan of. But I found this recipe and I kind of altered it, so I do like it. I love the flavor of it. It's really great as a meatloaf sandwich, and it doesn't have those annoying little chunks of onions and weird things inside of it. You make it in a food processor. It's really easy to do. It's got a brown sugar ketchup base to it that gives it an extra sweet topping. Really good, really easy. I hope you guys enjoy it. Make sure you like the video. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe. I'm trying to put out videos every week. If you have any suggestions, hints, comments, make sure you add them below. I'll get back to you. Thanks for watching. In a food processor with a blade attachment in, you're going to add a small onion. I roughly chop it. Pulse that and basically puree the onion. Next, the recipe calls for, I think, about a cup of finely crushed saltines. That's about a half of a sleeve of saltines. Throw that in the food processor and spin it. Scrape down the edges and give it a few more pulses to chop it well. And to that, we're going to add 3/4 of a cup of milk. You can use canned milk or soy milk. I actually had real whole milk for a change, and I used that. 2 eggs. That's about 1.5 teaspoons of seasoning salt. We're going to use about a 1/2 teaspoon of ground ginger. And about a teaspoon, 2 teaspoons of black pepper. I like black pepper, so I usually put a little more. At this point, put the lid on the food processor and let it run until it's pureed or almost pureed. To this, we're going to, in the food processor, add 2 pounds of lean ground beef. This is a 94.6 ground beef. Put the lid back on the food processor. Pulse it a few times. Take the lid off and break up the larger chunks of the ground beef. You're going to want to put the lid back on and run it, and it will start to almost form a ball. But that's when you know it's mixed completely. You don't have to get your hands involved at all. Now this is a meatloaf pan that I got off of Amazon. It's actually Rachel Ray. It's got a drainer built in. So you lift it up, the meatloaf comes out with all the drippings down below. You don't have to try to fish it out with a spatula. Very handy. So you're going to spray that with nonstick spray. Lift the divider up, spray that underneath. In the bottom, you're going to put about 1/2 cup to a cup. I like it kind of sweet, so about 3/4 of a cup of dark brown sugar. Sprinkle that on the bottom. The recipe calls for, the next is a cup of, or a 1/2 cup of ketchup. I don't measure this. I just squirt it on the counter, oops, until the brown sugar is covered. About that much. Now you're going to take your ground beef mixture and slowly add it to the top of this to not disturb that brown sugar ketchup on the bottom. You want to cover every spot and kind of press it down as you go to fill up the gaps. And just press it down to make sure all the air holes are pressed together. Now in a preheated 350 degree oven, you're going to set this inside and set a timer for 1 hour. I had to let mine cook a little bit longer. Once you take it out, make sure you temp it. I'm looking for 170. Mine cooked for about 1 hour and 20 minutes. Close enough. Once it's cooled and rested a little bit, you want to lift the meatloaf from the drippings. If you have the handy dandy pan, you just lift up the divider and set it on a plate. And to get it off the divider, I use an offset spatula. Just slide it. You really don't need to. It's pretty loose. Just slide it off. That is the best little pan for meatloaf. And like I said, this doesn't have the chunks of onion in it. So when you slice it, it's going to be really firm. And that's what it looks like. That's it, guys. Easy, easy, easy. Great meatloaf recipe without the annoying chunks. If you enjoy it, let me know. Make sure you comment below, like my video, subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to put out videos every week. If you have any suggestions, I'd love to have ideas. Make sure you store this in the refrigerator, of course, and enjoy it. Try a meatloaf sandwich. Oh my God, it's so good. Meatloaf sandwich, white bread, lots of mayonnaise, straight from the mountains. Y'all enjoy. Have a great day.